So where is the GPU flood that we thought was going to come? Make no mistake about it, GPU prices have certainly gone down a pretty significant amount. We're talking about not only retail pricing, but also prices on the secondhand market. But so far, we haven't seen a huge amount of GPUs being flooded to the market that we thought would happen after Ethereum went proof of stake, therefore making it completely irrelevant in terms of mining. It's been about almost a month since that happened, and nothing else has replaced it in terms of mining. Everything is still very negative. You'll see crypto miners sort of having to come to grips with giving up their hobby or business or whatever level they may be at. The question is, why hasn't the market flooded with all of those GPUs? Recently, on Reddit, I actually came upon some interesting discussions with some people that do buy GPUs from crypto miners and rigs and things like that. According to them, they think that if people sell now, especially people who did have a lot of GPUs, they're going to have a significant loss. You have to keep in mind that Ethereum was profitable for a very long time. We're talking about years. So it's really to be expected that some people are just going to want to hold on to their GPUs, even if they got them at very expensive prices. And that looks like it's a lot of what happened here. People feel like if they sell now, they're going to experience a massive loss in terms of their GPU pricing. A lot of these people bought GPUs only a few months ago, early this year, and even last year at highly inflated pricing. A lot of 3070s not too long ago were going for around $1,200 on the secondhand market. You couldn't buy them anywhere for MSRP. Of course, now they're under $400 because nobody wants them. Mining's not profitable. Everybody is waiting on the next generation of GPUs. But the people that bought them for $1,200, they probably rather keep them instead of sell them for $330 or whatever it may go for on the secondhand market. It's a very unpredictable time. They do think something else will come up that it's going to make it more profitable for them again. And then that rat race of getting GPUs and GPU pricing going up will once again continue like we saw last year if that happens. But in my opinion, Ethereum was a very unique and powerful case that really drove a massive amount of the market. I mean, look at the effect that it had when it went away on Nvidia and GPU sales in general. Now you can basically buy a GPU for well under MSRP anywhere that you go. Of course, this is together with the new stuff coming out. Normally that would happen anyway, but even if it wasn't for that, we would experience significant, shortages still if people were still buying GPUs like they were before. So at least that pressure disappeared. But that's certainly an interesting psychological tidbit when people don't want to, realize the loss. They feel like as long as they're still holding on to their GPUs, they haven't realized that loss yet. The funny thing is, GPU prices are likely to continue to go down even more as we get further away from the RTX 3000. So they're probably going to experience more of a loss at some point. And when they realize that, potentially that's when a lot of people will sort of come to that realization together. And then the GPU market will then maybe gradually be flooded instead of like a one-time event. So now don't think that people holding on to their GPUs to not realize a loss is the only reason the market hasn't felt completely flooded. There certainly is another big factor. There is another huge, interest in this, GPU scape, and that's Nvidia. They don't want to see a GPU flood. It's going to affect the sales of, brand new RTX 3000 that they have massive amounts in their inventory, not to mention RTX 4000, which they definitely want to sell as soon as it comes out. So they're going to do whatever they can in their power. And of course, this will apply to AMD as well to a smaller extent. But Nvidia even said as much when they had their, quarterly earnings. They said that they're going to stop the sell-in to the distribution channels, meaning that they're not going to sell GPUs to the manufacturers, the third-party AIBs, so as to not continue to overwhelm those channels in that market, meaning that there will be significantly less new GPUs on the retail shelves. Of course, that's going to prepare the way for RTX 4000, but it also has an effect on the secondhand market. If there aren't that many GPUs on the retail market, people steadily will go on the secondhand market where they do get some better deals. So that keeps constantly recycling and refreshing itself with those GPUs being sold. And that's why it doesn't feel like there's a massive GPU flood. For a GPU flood to really be significant, you have to have it being, attacked attacked in the market from every single angle, from crypto miners selling their GPUs, from gamers not wanting their GPUs anymore because something new was coming out. And then, of course, for the retailers, the AIBs and Nvidia themselves having way too many GPUs still coming into the market because they have to sell them. So not all of those are happening here now. The crypto miners we mentioned, a lot of them are holding on to the GPUs because they don't want to realize that loss yet, and they're waiting for something to come up because they were used to such profitability for a long time. The gamers, maybe they're not really interested in RTX 4000 because look what Nvidia did. They really, they changed the product stack where RTX 4000 is the really high-end GPUs now, and RTX 3000 will stay next to it during next year as they start to relieve their inventory. Then, of course, the third thing Nvidia did, and then at the same time, like we just mentioned, Nvidia cut off the supply of new RTX 3000 GPUs, therefore limiting the market. That's why, in my opinion, the GPU flood has not happened yet, because gamers are still going to hold on to RTX 3000. They don't want to spend that much money for RTX 4000. Therefore, all three separate parties, if you look at them that way, the crypto miners, gamers, and Nvidia and AIBs and AMD, I'll group them all into one category. They're all working to not let a GPU flood happen because of those various reasons, even though a GPU flood would eventually give a lot lower prices, especially for gamers. Maybe in the long term for the market, that may not be the healthiest thing, because then we're going to see these type of effects on the retail end later on when Nvidia prices GPUs too high and they're much more limited availability, so gamers will end up getting affected that way as well. So those factors point to a GPU flood not happening. So now you can see how Nvidia's plan to keep RTX 3000 together with RTX 4000, how it's actually working in their favor to keep the market a little bit more stable. And look at how they price the RTX 4080 12GB. They know that people are not going to like that GPU, but it is technically the cheapest RTX 4000 at $899. People are going to look at that and they're going to say, well, I'd rather either keep my RTX 3000 or actually increase my budget and get something like the 16GB 4080, which is a much better GPU, or the Ultimate, which is the 4090, but unfortunately really expensive. So that's going to cut out a lot of buyers, meaning that they're going to turn their focus back on RTX 3000, which is exactly what Nvidia wants to happen. So that way they can slowly release whatever inventory they still have and make a healthy sale there, so their quarterly numbers look a lot better and their sales look a lot healthier in general for them as a company. Anyway, that's what I think is going on here, and at least for now it seems to be working because the GPU market has not in fact collapsed. We're going to see what RTX 4000 actually comes out. The demand for the 4090 is going to be interesting. Of course, many enthusiasts will go out and buy it. Most people are going to be reasonable and avoid it and keep whatever GPU they have now, or maybe even get a cheaper RTX 3000 used on the secondhand market. That's likely the best play for many people. So we'll see what happens there, but Nvidia will continue to keep those GPUs a little bit elevated, forcing people to look at the cheaper RTX 3000, and the 4080 12GB finally does make some sense. It's there basically as a stopgap for the RTX 4000, telling people, no, you don't want to buy this. Even though Nvidia knows it's not going to sell that well because of its specs, they have GPUs above it and below it that are going to sell, so I guess that's their plan there, or else they would have made it a 4070 or much cheaper, and then it would have sold considerably more. All right, guys, so what do you think about the GPU market? Have we not seen a flood yet because of these factors? Let me know what you think. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video.